Congratulations to Ray for winning the money shot. 2 free tickets to Red Hot Chili Peppers tonight at Minute Maid Park. Money shot we do every single day. At 8:15 here on the Sean Salisbury Show. The Astros with a day off today. They take on the Oakland Athletics tomorrow. They just dropped the series to the Brewers. Texans OTAs rolling along. Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals in the NBA is tonight. Celtics take on the Heat. All right, Sean asked Ryan and I a question right before we got into the money shot. Ryan's money shot was Yuli Gurriel having 4 hits yesterday for the Marlins. And he's got 3 home runs, one of them being an inside-the-park home run in Yuli Gurriel. Obviously, the struggles for Jose Abreu continue. He does not have a home run yet. Hit about 222. Had a hit yesterday. Seems like all we've seen so far from Jose Abreu this season is single after single after single. So the question that you asked me and Ryan, and I'll
preface
it by saying, I'll just tee it back up. What will the narrative be if Jose Abreu hits 10 bombs and around a 295 average with 70-plus RBIs?
Did what he's done. What is his history? Power down, average goes up as the months go on.
Mm-hmm.
And if this team wins and he does that and drives in 70 runs, something like that during the year, so it's that kind of thing.
Okay.
They will never disregard their love for Yuli, no matter what. Even if Yuli was hitting 197.
Right.
Because, Abreu's, I don't want to say an outsider, but when you come into this organization, replace a guy who's like, you feel like been born here, right? Part of it, meaning the Astros organization had his best years here. It's hard to let go. So the emotional side, you're never going to get them to accept Abreu more than Yuli. Yet Abreu seems to fit in with the players. It's not for lack of work. The simple fact is he just doesn't have the pop in his bat. He's late to a lot of the balls that come. But as far as the narrative, if he's able to do that, the narrative will be a softer landing for him.
Yeah.
And the truth is that will be enough. If they're healthy, he doesn't need to hit 30 home runs. It'd be great if he did 25 home runs. But I don't think they got him thinking 30 home runs, 20, 22, 23, yet he doesn't have any. But if he can hit pushing 300 and goes to what his history was last year, 15 home runs, hitting over 300, they will accept him because I haven't heard him make an excuse. But they're never going to fully let go of Yuli until they get a Hall of Fame type guy, one of those guys to replace him.
Right.
And they'll still love him because he had his best years here and was clutch, not only with the glove, but at first base.
Playoff Yuli was
postseason bat.
Phenomenal, yeah.
Of course, even last year when he sucked during the year with the bat, he was really, really good in the postseason, and they stuck with him. And you know what? Everybody, man, grateful Dusty stuck with him, but it's, look what Yuli did. He stuck with him. So the loyalty to Yuli and even Bregman was rewarded at the end of the year. Right now, the loyalty to Abreu has people saying, we want Yuli back. Why doesn't he sit down? Get Jolk some work at first base, Dubon. How about Diaz? Let's get him over there. Get him. Okay, I get all of it. So really, it's going to be incumbent upon, and it's on Abreu to do what his history is, and that's get hot when it's warmed up and go put the ball in play. If you're waiting for 25 home runs, don't hold your breath. So I don't think that the love for Yuli's ever going away. The love will increase if Abreu's bat fits in. If he ends up hitting 220 and has 4 home runs and does not contribute the way you want, people are going to say it was a horrible signing. But if he does his thing, continues to work, and it falls into place, even though it's not power but average, you can live with that because you're going to get power from Tucker. Bregman will get you 20-plus. I'm assuming Pena will as well. We know Altuve's capable of power, and you got Tucker and Yordan in the middle of the lineup that you drive it in. So he doesn't have to be a 30-home run guy. He does need to hit 275 if you're going to keep him in the 5 or 6 hole, and once in a while in the 4 hole. The narrative will never leave for Yuli. It will only improve if Abreu's bat improves. Simple.
Yeah, I think the narrative is twofold for me. The more that Jose Abreu struggles and Yuli succeeds in his limited time with the Marlins, because Ryan said it last segment, he's not playing every day for the Marlins. He's just not. He's a role player.
But he's raking
right
when he plays, and that's a good thing.
He had 4 hits the other day. As that continues, if that continues, they're always going to say, well, you should have just re-sign Yuli Gurriel. They're about the same age. You could have got him for less money, and that's where it brings in the twofold part for me. Then you have to think that the Astros brought him in for 3 years in a Jose Abreu. 3 years for a 36-year-old. They're going to have him until he's 39. Well, you can't have lack of production for 3 more years. Or 2 years after this season. Sorry, it is what it. He's got to make something's got to change.
Well, if he hits, think about how Maldonado's rewarded Dusty and the group with the way he's hitting now. Last 16 games. The truth is, at $20 million a year, this is. I can't imagine if this happens 2 years in a row that you're getting him for a third year. You may have to pay him, but I don't see how that happens. And you don't want a platoon player at $20 million a year. You just don't.
Yeah.
But if the trend of his career goes the way it's supposed to, he's going to hit 280 at least, right? That's about 60 points to go. I just don't think. I don't care about batting practice power. Batting practice power, I can catch up to 75 miles an hour in a batting practice. So can he. Can he catch up to 92 on the outer half or on the inner half when he's got to put the ball on the ball jumping off his bat? Right now, that has not been the case. Whether it's for whatever reason, that's for the experts that watch him in a cage every single day. For me, the naked eye tells you it's not hard to see, but I love his grind and I'm a fan. But you're not paying a 220 hitter with 4 home runs, $60 million for 3. I mean, you're paying him, but he ain't going to be starting at first base for you for 3 years.
Right.
That's still a distance away. Let's let 2023 play out, because one thing I do know, Jose Abreu's not going to the bench for 15 straight games, even if he's hitting 220.
Yeah, it's not
They're
happening.
not going to do that.
It's not happening. We're 48.
Because he's really their only true first baseman on the roster.
Right.
True first baseman. You're stuck with it. Now, let's hope being stuck with it means all of a sudden it's 262. Then it's 274. And gets a little power going, and then he maybe gets a couple in bunches. I can't fathom that he's going to be a single-digit home run hitter, but I'm telling you, the ball's not jumping off. He's got mid-warning. He doesn't even have early warning track power right now, but I ain't mad at him. I just hope it gets better, because they are going to need something from him in the middle of the lineup.
And we talk about trends. The way that the trend is going for him this year is not good. I understand the trend of him being a late starter, the trend of over 162 games and finding his way through things. I get all that. But as of right now, it is not good. 222 average, 280 OBP, 259 slugging, and an OPS of 539 with a minus 1.1 WAR. No home runs.
Well, right now he's just a guy.
Right.
We'll see if that continues.
Right.
They're really, in truth, unless they can find something. I mean, they're limited depth-wise with
power.
Infield. Well, power, but infield right now. But with infield, Dubon's versatile. He's your Aledmus Diaz, but you'd have to find get 2 or 3 guys taking ground balls at first base, like when Brantley's there. If you wanted Diaz, who's played some first base, to be a true first baseman, Hensley can't hit the water if he jumps from a boat.
Yeah, that's why he's back in Sugar
That's
Land.
exactly right. So you know what? I'm stuck with him. I don't want that negative feeling, but he is. There's no doubt he has been It's been a to date not a good signing. But I'm not willing to say that that's going to last 162 games yet. We'll see.
Yeah.
If it does, hey, some you hit on, Pena, some, not for that much money, but some you hit on, some you don't.
Right.
We'll see who Abreu is 160 games in.
And I think there's no question when they signed him, I think we were both ecstatic. I was pumped for it. But as of right now.
Well, why wouldn't you? I mean, Now, I think we all said, ooh, man, he got paid considering he was a 300 hitter, but 15 home runs. Yet, he's got the MVP resume, and that always stands for something.
Right.
And he's a good hitter.
The track record's there.
He's just slow to the ball, man. You can slice it any way you want.
Yeah.
He's not barreling it up with explosion at any point in time.
The trend so far this season has not been good for Jose Abreu. Hopefully he finds his way through it. He starts hitting a couple of bombs here and there and then gets him onto the right track, because the Astros are going to need some kind of production from him.